There's a special kind of pride that you feel deep down inside, a strength that seems to thrive in Lima, Allen County.
The American way of life, to get in gear and do what's right.
An unbreakable forthright link called real American strength. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Forever moving forward without forgetting where we've been.
Creativity meets technology, where possibilities never end.
Ohio's strong Midwestern know-how, exploring innovative ideas.
Deep rooted but always growing, ever proud of where we live. Lima, Allen County, real American strength.
Keeping you up to date with what's happening in your community. Community Focus on GTV2. Thanks for joining us today on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. We certainly have a varied show today. We're starting off with zombies. That's right, the third annual Zombie Walk is coming up October 20th, and Julie Kerr is in the studio here to give us all the details.
Yes, it's a wonderful annual fundraiser for Deb's Dogs and also helping Happy Tales Pet Partners. These organizations rescue pets and provide foster families, supply medical treatment and training to adopt dogs, and it's a wonderful program, and this is a fun way to support them, especially in October.
Well, it's certainly a worthy cause, but a zombie walk?
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
Well, yeah, some people have always enjoyed zombie stories, and some folks are newly experiencing the joy, especially around Halloween. So for kicks and giggles, dress up as zombies. We'll all meet at the park across from Woodlawn Cemetery and lurch our way down the street in zombie formation.
So if you've ever had a secret desire to dress up as a zombie and go have a little fun and raise some money for the dogs at the same time, this is a great way to do it.
We'll travel in character, and when the zombie walk is complete, there will be prizes awarded for costumes, and there's going to be gift bags, plenty to eat and share, and live music. So it'll be a nice little zombie party. And for those who are not quite interested in dressing up as zombies, you can always sponsor somebody for the walk and then join in the party as well.
Now, you are asking for a minimum donation if you do want to participate in the zombie walk, correct?
Any donation is accepted. A couple bucks, a couple $100, but it goes to the dogs, so anything, of course, is very much appreciated.
Since it is a doggy fundraiser, can you dress up your pets as zombies as well?
Yes, you can. You'd be more than welcome to bring your pets along on the zombie walk.
And the party takes place in Farote Park then after the walk, correct?
You'll join the walk back to Farote Park for the official zombie walk after party.
Okay. How do people get involved?
You can always just show up at the park. It's October 20th at 2 p.m. The walk will begin at 3 p.m. So anytime in that hour, show up, hang out, and if you need a little bit of assistance with your costume, that should be available at that time. Or you can contact Paz Magazine. That's P-A-Z-Z Magazine. The woman who is responsible for this wonderful event, named Linda, works with Paz. She does photography. And she can be contacted at the phone number 567-712-0795. And you can also find out information online at pazmagazine.com and through Facebook.
Okay, well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I wish you luck with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you see zombies wandering around Farote Park on October 20th, don't be surprised. When we come back, we'll tell you all about Lima's curfews right after this on GTV2. Reduce, recycle, reuse. Allied Waste Services in the City of Lima encourage you to live green by recycling all that you can. Recycling promotes green living by reducing the amount of waste materials buried in landfills. This saves money, natural resources, and energy. Keep our environment healthy and start recycling today. Allied Waste Services is committed to a clean environment. Contact us today for your recycling needs. Visit our website, republicservicesohio.com, to learn more about recycling today.
He said he would let me play ball with the older boys if I did what he said. He said it would be our secret, and he'd beat me up if I told. And now, he wants another favor tomorrow. I just want to play ball.
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe. Feel strong. Feel free.
This is a nice neighborhood. It is. Is that the house we live in, Mom? Yes. Look at all the kids around here, Mom. I like this house.
Hi, we're here about the house.
It's rented.
It's against the law to deny people the opportunity to live where they want and can afford. If you feel that you've been treated unfairly, give LACA a call and we'll look into your complaint. LACA's fair housing services are free, so call today and get the housing you deserve. 419-227-2586.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker, and I'm pleased to welcome to the studio today from the Lima Police Department, Sergeants Gillespie and Hart. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
We're here to talk a little bit about school safety and how you interact with the schools to help provide a safe atmosphere for the kids while they're learning.
We work in partnership with the schools. Oftentimes they will have one of their representatives come to our day shift roll call and speak with us about some of the issues that they are seeing that may not be criminal in nature, but are concerns. And meantime, we'll also share with them some of the information we have as far as juveniles being involved in criminal activities that may spill over to the school environment.
And are the Lima City schools generally a safe place?
They're a safe place. We do have issues as any other school or place where a large amount of people are gathered. You add that with a lot of young adults who are trying to control their feelings and emotions and trying to act accordingly, but sometimes are egged on by their friends, and we have issues with that, yes.
Are there officers in the schools?
There are occasionally officers who go to the school through some of the lunch times and things of that nature, and if we're called there, we'll respond and generally try to provide some extra coverage if there's a little bit more hostility in the air.
I know it's not all inside the schools. I know we also have some issues with the kids just getting to and from the schools, and there are some safety issues with kids, not using sidewalks, not using crosswalks. Can you give us some advice?
Advice on that is, as far as parents go, to really be on their kids about those small things that are safety. For example, just a few days ago, I saw a young lady using the crosswalk, the proper crosswalk on Bell Fountain Avenue in front of the school. And she did everything she was supposed to do with the exception of actually looking before she walked the intersection. She took for granted that the motorists were going to stop for her. And they are required to stop for her. But instead of just taking that blind leap of faith into the roadway, and be a little extra cautious, don't have your phone in your hand, you're texting, you actually look around you a little bit. As far as the walking in the streets, this is a battle that we fight every year. And we really don't make any headway on this. And we're not there to punish a kid or to pick on somebody. These are issues that we're concerned for the safety of the children. And if we have to enforce the law in order to protect that child, then we'll have to do that.
Well, I think we've all encountered groups of kids just walking in the street when we're on our way into work, and when it's dark at this time of year, you frankly just don't see them until you're right on top of them.
That's correct. We have had some reports where the kids aren't moving. You kind of get into the mob mentality when you have that many where you don't feel as responsible for your actions because you're in a large group. We are responsible for your actions. We see that we really have very few options other than to cite.
In terms of those of us who are driving to and from work, what do you recommend for us when we're around the schools?
When you're around the schools, if it's even when the light's starting to break on the horizon, keep your lights on to give the kids some extra time to see you. We can't always be there to correct them walking the street, but we can most definitely make you a little bit more visible as a commuter. Also, with the sun setting at a certain angle, you have a glare on occasion. Slow down your speeds. Always maintain your speed in the school zone, 25. Don't exceed that, and just be extra cautious.
In terms of curfew, with the kids in school, they're supposed to be in earlier in the evenings.
That's correct. Curfew now, and it started September 1st, and that goes all the way through May 31st. For children that are less than 13 years of age, They have to be, their curfew is Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays 9. Between the ages of 13 and 15, the same hours apply, except for Sunday and Thursday it's 8 p.m. 16 to 17 years of age, it is going to be Sunday through Thursday, 10 p.m. and Friday, Saturday, midnight. Now, officers do also understand that some of the older children, they have, assignments, they're going to work or whatnot. And generally, if there are stops and they have a good explanation, the officer may provide them, some guidance, maybe contact their parents, determine if that is actually what they're doing. With the curfew, and this is something a lot of parents aren't aware of, you can be cited and arrested for not controlling the curfew of your children. We do not like to do that, but if we have an habitual curfew offender, then that's an option we have to take. You are responsible for knowing where your child's at.
If it's not habitual, if you just see a bunch of kids hanging out and it's after curfew, do you warn them, cite them? What do you generally do?
Depends on the, I think it depends on the age separation. If we're looking at midnight or 1 in the morning and I've got a 12-year-old out, committing a crime, vandalism, doing something they shouldn't be doing on top of that, then, we'd probably go straight to the charge of a curfew. We have had instances where we will just get the kids home. The priority, again, above all, as long as there hasn't been an additional crime committed, is the safety of the children and getting them where they need to be, with mom and dad at home.
Are parents generally responsive to that?
It's a mixed bag. We have encountered some who are actually you're questioning their ability as a parent to monitor their child. And some people take offense to that. Again, we're not here to punish, but we're here to correct an action and present it to the courts, if need be, so the courts can take the action. We're simply here for the protection of people, and sometimes that protection is against what they believe, is right. And a lot of the young adults, think they know what's best.
A lot of parents, too, I know, have concerns about their kids' internet usage, cell phone usage, the texting, the sexting, and everything else going on. How do you recommend they keep track of what their kids are doing electronically?
You as a parent, any device that you give your child, I would suggest monitoring it. My children know that their phones, their computers are all open to me, and that if I see something that's concerning, that they're going to be asked about it, and if I find any evidence that they've deleted something or attempted to hide something on me, that there's going to be consequences for those actions. Just a few years ago, there was a very popular YouTube video of an assault at Lima Senior. And some parents had to know that happened. They had to know that took place. But nobody came to us. We found this out just by searching ourselves. So you had to be very cognizant of what your children are doing. And these the tech devices that now have password protection, if your child isn't giving you the password to their phone, their iPod, anything, you should be very concerned.
Okay. Anything else we need to know about safety for the kids in and around school?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, I think we covered it all then. Appreciate you guys coming in today. And if parents do want any more advice, they can always contact you at the police department?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Sergeants Gillespie and Hart from the Lima Police Department. I'm Ann Decker, and when we come back, we'll give you an update on what's happening at the Chamber of Commerce right after this on GTV2.
Lima City Council has recently amended the city's vicious dog ordinance to deal with potential problems concerning dangerous dogs in the public.
The ordinance is comprehensive. However, here are some key elements that all dog owners and their neighbors should be aware of.
Any dog that is considered a breed of pit bull is considered a vicious dog regardless of its temperament.
A vicious dog is any dog that attacks, bites, or causes injury to a person or domestic animal with or without provocation.
Not under control of the owner and secure with a muzzle and a leash of 6 feet or less in length, all vicious dogs must be confined when outside in a pen with a secured top and bottom, or with the sides of the pen embedded at least 1 foot deep into the ground.
If you're a dog owner and have concerns about any dogs in your neighborhood, visit limapolicedepartment.com to find out more about the city's vicious dog ordinance.
The fine for noncompliance is $150 per citation, and ignorance of the law is not a defense.
If there's an emergency situation, call local law enforcement for immediate assistance.
I didn't want to be touched. He said it would feel good, but it didn't. So he gave me a new doll and some candy. He told me not to tell anybody and that it's our special secret. How do I make him stop?
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe, feel strong, feel free.
It was not. It was like...
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
My joints ached and I was always tired.
I was always cold, I couldn't concentrate, and my body hurt all over.
My doctor told me I had lupus. Women of childbearing age, and especially African American women, are at higher risk.
If you suspect that you have lupus, you should contact your doctor.
You're invited to attend the local lupus support group meetings on the second Thursday of each month at 1 o'clock at Lima Towers. For further information, go to connectedhands.org.
Welcome back to Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker, and Jed Metzger is joining us in the studio today from the Chamber of Commerce. And it looks like you have a busy few weeks coming up, if not a few months, leading up to the holidays.
Oh, absolutely. We're always busy at the Chamber, of course. But one of the things that we're focused on is the health care reform. Since the legislation is passed and it is law, now we are focused on how to educate our businesses on the impacts of the health care reform. I mean, what do they need to know? There's W-2 filings, there's compliance issues that they need to be aware of. There is just penalties if they don't do things in a systematic way. So we're trying not to scare anybody, trying to educate them so that they are much more aware of the reforms and what they need to do so that they will be in compliance. And it's the benefit coverage that they are required to have. And you're talking to employees from two businesses have two employees, on up. So,
well, I think there's a lot of misinformation too floating around about this. People don't really know what the reality is and what the fiction of it is.
Oh, that's correct, and that's one of the reasons how come we're doing this. We're doing this with both of the hospitals and insurance companies that the brokers of different insurance companies, such as Stolly's and Webb, and then we're also doing it with Anthem because those are the things that they're working with us every single day. And the reforms will be coming out. We have some time to plan for them because they'll be closer in July when all this will go into place. But you have to have that time to get ready. You have to make sure you understand what needs to be reported, what benefits need to be covered, what services the hospitals and everybody else is supposed to predict to provide. And then the wellness is a component that you need to look at from a company standpoint. If you focus on, we have Activate Allen County, for example, that we're working on today. So if you're looking at wellness of your employees, it's going to impact your bottom line, your health insurance costs. So we have a backgammon of things. There's small business tax credits that they can get if they do certain things. So we're trying to present this forum in a way that is educational and understandable. Because a lot of times you talk up here, we're going to talk right at your level, and then give you takeaways.
This forum is coming up pretty quickly.
Absolutely. It's October 17th from noon to 2 o'clock. It's at the City Club, which is connected to the Civic Center in downtown Lima.
So they need to be calling you right now to sign up for this?
They really do, because we have no idea how many people is going to attend. I think this is a topic that a lot of small business leaders are concerned about. So as soon as they call, the better we can make arrangements for them. We'll have a light lunch and our light lunch provided and things of that nature.
I don't see anything on here about a registration fee. Is it free?
It is free.
Wow.
Both
Good deal.
Lima Memorial and St. Rita's Medical Center have been gracious enough to help pick up the cost of the rooms and the meals so that we can provide this for free.
How do people sign up?
They just can contact the Chamber at 419-222-6045 or just go online, limachamber.com.
Okay. Another thing you're involved in is local politics, and I know you have a forum coming up with the commissioners' candidates.
We do. We have a commissioners' debate. We feel at the Chamber it's always important to educate the community, and this is open to the community, not just business, but to the whole community, to understand the platforms that each of the candidates have that are running for county commissioner in the one particular race with Corey Noonan and Connie Miller and Don Kissick. And what do they stand for? What are they going to do for this county? How can they make things better? What type of ideas do they have that they would like to implement? Those type of things. And so the forum will be an opportunity for them to answer some of those questions. So anytime we can provide a opportunity for people to get educated on who they might vote for, I think is good. And the Chamber has that role to do those type of things.
And the date, time, and place for the forum?
The forum is on October 10th. It's at 5:30. Again, it's at the City Club connected to the Civic Center in downtown Lima.
It's not all about politics and serious topics at the Chamber. You've got Holiday Hoopla coming up in November as well.
Oh, that's right. It is a fun event. November 17th is our Holiday Hoopla. Last year was our first annual event, and at that event we had a lot of Christmas trees. Now this time we're going to have 3 Christmas trees being decorated during the event, and then they'll be auctioned off at the end of the event. Plus we have probably 20-some wreaths that is going to be displayed, which are silent auction items. Some might be auctioned off also. We'll have a variety of different good quality hors d'oeuvres, heavy if you want to call it that, but very good quality. And we'll have a band and a lot of other things. It's celebrating our 125th anniversary at the Chamber, so we're trying to, this will be an event that sort of is at the year end of the Chamber and a celebration, so it's a climatic event for us. And I just think last year we had so much fun, and it's an opportunity if you want to dress up. It's black tie optional. It gives people a chance to dress up, but go to a classy event around the holiday seasons and get some goodies that they can take home.
Where are you doing this one?
Believe it or not, it's going to be at the City Club and the Windows, which is connected to the City Club. Is for the Lima Area Chamber Foundation, which basically renovated the historical 1884 Snorf Wagner building. So it's for that and some of the programs that we offer with the Chamber.
How can people get tickets for it?
Again, the same way. They just would contact the Chamber at 419-222-6045. They can go on our website, limachamber.com, or the Holiday Hoopla website, which I'm going to have to look at because I don't have it right in front of me, and it's not on here, so I think it's a holidayhoopla.com.
I'm sure you can link to it from the Lima Chamber website,
yes,
though.
Yes, you can. I think it's holidayhoopla.com, but
okay.
Yeah, it's last year, people are still talking about it. And of course, we had it in Rom Nelson's home, which was, the atmosphere was great. This, we're going to create a very, I guess, wonderful experience. And I guess that's what I'll leave you with on the event.
Well, you're going to tease us, so we have to come.
Absolutely.
Well, I know it's a great event, and I'm sure it's going to sell out quickly, too, so get your tickets if you're interested.
Yeah, they're $50, and again, you'll get more than $50 worth in food and drink and entertainment.
Well, your other big event of the year, I know you've got, besides Chamberfest coming up in November also, but looking ahead to the end of January, it used to be the Forecast Breakfast, the Groundhog Day Breakfast, but this is where, everybody comes to this breakfast.
This is like the Chamber's annual meeting, but we don't call it annual meeting because annual meetings are boring.
It's more fun than that.
But yeah, our theme is going to be minding the strengths of our community. And if you look at Allen County, a lot of times we don't talk about all the strengths that we have in this community. We don't talk about mining our talent that we have in this community, which it could be our young people, but it could be the talent that we need in the community, and why people should locate in Lima, Allen County, why they should do business in Lima, Allen County. So we're going to focus on that, mining the strengths of our community. And I just, we're producing a video, so a careers in manufacturing, so we might release that at that event, and several other things and Mike Felix, not Mike Felix, I mean Jeff Orovitz, which is a new president CEO of Metzger, will be the featured speaker of the event, and they went through a lot of things, and he'll talk a little bit about the strengths of this community and from the outside, and they're a worldwide corporate headquarters, so it's really going to be an event, I think, that people go away with being very proud to be affiliated with Lima, Allen County, and the businesses and the community at large.
And they should feel proud. It's a great community, and the Chamber's certainly taking an active part in making people realize that.
We have tried, and I know, Ann, you and I have tried many, when I first started the Chamber, to help people realize what we have in this community. People who, business leaders especially, that move into this community and decide to stay here because they love the community. I mean, they come from Chicago and D.C. and all around. But when they get to Lima, Ohio, and the friendly community that we have and the amenities that we have here, they just fall in love with it. And I don't know, every week I hear somebody else tell me that. We don't ever talk about it. I mean, we think we're back in sometimes the 80s, and we really need to look at, we have a lot to offer in this community, and there's a lot of things to do. We just have to seek it out. But it is a great community, and I'm very pleased that I moved back to Lima, Ohio, because I tell you, when I go out and talk with other communities, other chambers, we're right up there as far as what we can offer in our community, and we're growing. I mean, there's a lot of good things that are happening now and for the future, so a lot to be proud of.
There really is. Jed, I know we'll get you back in the next few months, and we can promote that again. But once again, give us your phone number and your website if people want more information about anything going on at the Chamber.
The phone number is 419-222-6045. And our website is limachamber, all one word, .com.
All right. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you, Ann.
You're welcome. Jed Metzger from the Chamber of Commerce. Our next topic is going to the birds, right after this on GTV2.
Help keep the youth of Lima safe by donating to Lima Safety City today. Hello, I'm Chuck Eichelberger from the Lima Noon Optimist Club. Safety City is a very important part of the Lima community. The Optimist Club is renovating Safety City and it needs your help. Donations can be made by going to the website limasafetycity.org. You can also send a donation to Lima Noon Optimist Club, P.O. Box 428, Lima, Ohio 45802. Help keep the youth of Lima safe by donating to Safety City today.
He said he would let me play ball with the older boys if I did what he said. He said it would be our secret, and he'd beat me up if I told. And now, he wants another favor tomorrow. I just want to play ball.
Say no. Run away. Scream. It's okay to tell an adult you trust if someone is hurting you or making you uncomfortable. Feel safe. Feel strong. Feel free.
Crime Stoppers is still active in the Allen, Putnam, and Van Wert counties. Our goal is to assist area law enforcement officers to identify and locate individuals who have committed crimes. If you have any information about anyone who is responsible for committing crimes, please call Crime Stoppers at area code 419-229-STOP.
Crime Stoppers! Crime Stoppers! Make the call and pays Crime Stoppers!
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
We're back on Community Focus. I'm Ann Decker. If you are interested in birds and you'd like to feed them this winter, the Audubon Society Birdseed Sale is going on right now. And here in the studio to give us some details is Rita Thalen. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
First of all, what kind of birdseed are you selling?
The birdseed that the sale is featuring is definitely fresh birdseed. It's all from this year. And we're selling seed that, we have a variety of seed. There's probably about 10 different varieties that you can choose from. Depending on what type of bird you want to attract to your yard will affect what type of seed that you will buy.
Well, how do you know?
Well, the number one seed that you can buy, if you only want to buy one seed that will attract the most number of birds, you want to go with black oil sunflower.
Okay.
That is the one. Sunflower seeds are the seeds that are packed with the most energy, so to speak. So they're very, very good and healthy for the birds to eat. And the black oil is a little bit smaller than the striped sunflower. And that means the small birds can eat them as well as the large birds.
So if you put it out in your yard, what can you expect to see come and eat it?
Oh, you can expect to see some of our definitely winter residents. You'd be able to see woodpeckers. You'd be able to see cardinals. The downy woodpecker in particular likes the black oil.
Which is this little guy up
here? The little
here?
guy up front, yes. He is a charming one. Very, very abundant and not scared of feeders and people and just, really fun to watch. You could also have chickadees. You could also have nuthatches. You could have tufted titmouse. Quite often they'll fly together as a flock in the winter. And it's almost like watching a group of teenagers come. They're just all excited and they'll feed and then
they're chattering.
Exactly. And then in 10 minutes they'll be gone. And then they might come back again in the afternoon or something. And they're really fun. And winter bird feeding not only helps the birds, number one, because winter is a very hard time for the birds, but they're a delight for us to watch. So they kind of help the people in getting through the winter doldrums. Plus, you can sit inside and enjoy a warm cup of coffee and watch the birds.
Well, I know pets love watching them, too, through the windows.
Yes.
Cats are fascinated.
Yes, and you want to keep your cat inside.
True.
Very, very, if you can. But yes, they are just fascinated watching their movement and such. So,
what other kinds of seed are you selling? You have other kinds for different specialty birds, right?
Right. Niger would be the second seed that I would recommend, and that's sometimes called thistle seed. And the Niger is for the birds with really tiny beaks, like the finches. The goldfinches will come to that. And sometimes you'll get some of the house finches will come to that. Those would be the two seeds that I would start with. You could also add safflower seeds. That attracts cardinals. And supposedly squirrels and starlings and house sparrows do not like the safflower. Some people, I know I have a friend who mixes safflower seed with the black oil sunflower seeds, and that seems to be a really good mix for her. An option for the squirrels is to buy ear corn and set up a special separate feeding station for them, because squirrels are kind of lazy, so if they have an alternate way to get easy food, they'll do that. Another type of seed that you can try are the peanut pieces. And those I have discovered, I initially bought them thinking I would use them for the ground feeders, like the mourning dove is a ground feeder, and the blue jay will feed on the ground quite often. But I found out by putting them in a feeder and I hang it up, it also attracts a lot of the same birds that would come to your suet. So you'll get woodpeckers at it, you'll get the different nuthatches, you'll get some of the other types of birds will come in. And it's fun to provide a variety because you'll see different birds, and sometimes that'll attract one that would normally not come to your feeder might come if you offer a different type of seed for it.
Well, I guess that also begs the question, what type of feeder do you use?
I keep it simple, and I like to use the tube feeders. You want to get a feeder that is easy for you to clean, because you want to keep it clean. You want to get a feeder that is easy to fill, because you have to fill it every week. You want to get a feeder that is covered so it will keep the seed dry. And you want to get a feeder that is easy for the birds to get the seed out of. Now, depending on the size of your seed, if you get the sunflower seed, you get a feeder with a larger opening, whereas if you use the Niger, you would get a thistle feeder, which has a very small opening. And, of course, you can get squirrel-proof feeders. And some of them work very well, and some of them the squirrels figure out very rapidly. but it's kind of a game you play.
I had squirrels chew out the holes once in one of my feeders. It was a wooden feeder, and it just went in there and ate the holes out till it was big enough to get inside.
They do. Their teeth don't stop growing, their front teeth, and their gnawers. And if you have anything wooden out there, they will chew it up. And so I recommend just getting a glass. I usually use just the glass tube feeders and things because they're easy to clean and you can sterilize them as well. So,
and just get a variety and spread them around the yard outside your windows?
You want to put them, number one, you want to put them in a place where the birds will feel safe. So if you put your feeder in the middle of your lawn, the birds won't come to that because they're so exposed, they feel open to predators. So if you can have some shrubbery fairly close, but then not too close, because then you get cats that'll hide in the shrubbery, or you'll get squirrels that'll jump from the shrubbery to your feeder. And you should have your feeder at least 3 feet from your windows so the birds don't get startled and fly into your windows. They say that you should have your feeder about 10 feet from any type of a tree or any type of a post or pole that a squirrel can climb up on, because they've studied and they say squirrels can leap as far as 10 feet. But I found that sometimes you take the squirrels just as part of the game and you enjoy their antics as well.
They're fun to watch too.
Yes, but it's very good to have your feeder within, I'd say, 3 to 5 feet of some kind of low shrubbery, because then the birds will fly into that and then fly over to your feeder. I have a dogwood tree that's probably 5-6 feet from my feeder, and they first fly into the dogwood tree, and then when they feel it's safe, they fly out to the feeder. And I haven't had any squirrels climbing the dogwood tree. I've had some squirrels in my feeders, definitely. I even had a raccoon one morning. So.
Yes. Which is also entertaining.
Yes, it is, exactly.
There are so many rules and so many options. I'm assuming the Audubon Society has some kind of a guide online, or
yes,
can offer
they do.
assistance?
There'll be people on site when you pick up. They do prefer, if you can, they want you to pre-order your seed, because then you'll be guaranteed to get the type of seed you want.
Which is going on right now.
Yes, and you can pick up there's pre-orders. If you haven't received any yet, you can pick one up at the library. DeHaven's has some, or you can contact, there's a phone number in the phone book for Audubon, and they'll send you one. They would prefer to have the pre-orders sent in by 2 weeks earlier, which would be October, whatever that is. I wrote the
19th.
Date. Yes. But if you can't do that, they order extra seed, and there will be some available for pickup on that day.
Now the day is November 3rd, correct?
Yes, that's first Saturday in November. It's always the Audubon birdseed sale. It is at DeHaven's. You can pick up at DeHaven's in Lima or in Findlay. And I do want to thank DeHaven's and mention at this point that DeHaven's makes no profit on this. This is their donation to the community and their donation to Tri-Moraine Audubon. They handle the order for us, they unload the trucks, they sort the seed, they stack everything. They make it very wonderful for us to be there. So we want to thank them very, very much from our heart for supporting local Audubon.
They certainly do good work.
Yes, they do.
The Audubon Society does make a little bit of money off this, and what do you do with it?
That is used for our educational programs and also for scholarships. We offer scholarships to adults as well as children to further their knowledge of nature and such. So it's really, Audubon believes in supporting the local community, so it all stays locally. And they also believe in educating and making people aware of nature. Not only birds, but all aspects of nature are involved.
Well, and it's certainly a fun thing to watch the birds outside your window.
Yes, it is.
If people do want a form to order their seed, again, where can they get those?
They can pick up the form at the library. They could pick up a form at DeHaven's. They could call the Tri-Moraine number. And I think there's a phone number on here also for Ann Smedley. And her phone number is 419-222-3271.
And again, you'll have a few extra bags available on November 3rd at DeHaven's.
Right, and for walk-ins, so people can feel free to stop by that day.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Rita Thalen with the Audubon Society. I'm Ann Decker, and this is Community Focus.